personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. DWN Productions, mask plus props and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact DWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
It's been a long time shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. It really hasn't, though. We gave him shit. We just haven't talked for a while. Joe, how have you been? Welcome to the 2024 Rear End Review.
Fuck yeah. Hey, if this is the first time you've watched this show, what took you so long? But you picked a doozy of the one to watch, listen to, what have you. So this beer's for you, but I'm drinking it.
Me too, buddy. Me too. How was your Christmas?
It was good. How was yours?
It was good. How was yours? Fuck. Do some driving, did you?
I did some driving, went down home, took the grandkid and some other kids that we just found along the street fishing. Yeah, and they caught some fish, so, you know, they had a good time. And then Lisa and I were just sitting outside a lot of the time. But yeah, I did some heavy night drinking with my daughter, so that was cool. That was fun. And yeah, and then we're on the road back, and it was an easy drive back because there's not a lot of people on the road on Christmas Day.
The only people you look over and you be like, huh, I thought it was the first day.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so was the Chinese places open? They usually are, but since it being the first day in Hanukkah and all, maybe they didn't feel a need to.
Well, on when we got back Christmas night, yeah, everything's closed. So Lisa and I hit the Thai place up, you know, ordered from them because they deliver too. You know, they got their own delivery. There's like fuck whatever that service is, you know, food guy, food drive or whatever. They do it themselves. They ain't fucking getting no middleman cutting into their money. Bullshit.
Yeah, but then you gotta let those people know where you live.
That's true. That's true.
Oh shit, Joe. So 2024, huh? I tried to go back and listen to our last rear end review and unlistenable. If I had to come up with a word for it. That was in the dark days of the internet.
Yeah, and I'll say that we had sound issues and connectivity issues and shit like that. And well, shit, I don't know. I mean, I could never listen to this show all in its entirety, you know? I mean, I like the way you break them up. That makes it a little more accessible. Unless there's the diehards, like all the people in the chat right now. Let me take a look. Yeah, nobody. Well,
we got three.
Yeah, I just can't see it at the same time that I see the...
Shout out to Corey. Shout out to Zach. Appreciate you. The third person hasn't spoken up. Probably a wise decision.
Yeah. Of course, my dog's fixing now to start eating, so that's the noise you're hearing in the back. Hey, dogs got to eat too. And speaking of which, what did you watch, Tom? No, fuck that. How was your Christmas, Tom?
That was good. Yours? You fucking break. So 2024, Joe, like I said, I tried to go back and be like, all right, so what did we say that we were gonna accomplish in the new year? And I couldn't find it. Do you remember anything that you were trying to do this year and if you did it or not?
No, I don't remember. Maybe it was. No, I don't know.
I remember I was going to do some painting. I didn't paint a thing besides masks and shit. No canvas painting whatsoever.
Didn't you paint some walls?
Maybe a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, anything stick out with 2024 for you?
It ended, I'd say, on a good note. It was a weird for business. It was a weird year, because it was consistent for the most part. I did have some weeks go by at a time where there was nothing coming in, which it's always scary because you think, well, fuck, is this going to go on another week? Is this going to go on another week? But the year ended really, really on a high point, So I'm thankful for that. Thankful to anybody that places an order with the website, drops by the shop, comes to buy shit from me at a convention, or Juan if he's out there. Thanks for letting me continue to keep doing what I'm doing. Fuck.
You're welcome. But I mean, anything stick out as far as 2024 goes?
Man, I don't know. I mean, when I stop and think about it, it's like, I'm still alive, That's good. I don't know. I'm reading a real funny book though.
Glad you enjoy it.
So I tell you, I just started this evening, and if this guy's not doing stand-up, he needs to. Of course, he'd probably get canceled if he was doing stand-up. You write a book, it's a little bit more respectable, but holy fuck, is this funny?
Good.
Yeah, I can't read it on here, just because I don't know, some words that are not appropriate for me to use, Tom.
Oh shit. So 2024, like I said, I didn't paint, but I discovered AI music and made a couple okay songs. A handful of there's a couple okay ones. So that was all right. And you got your shit in Barnes and Noble, which was fucking cool. How you forget about that, man?
That was, yeah. I had some stuff I printed in there. Picked up some big clients that I'm glad to be doing work for, and some not so big clients that I'm still glad to be doing work for. Doing the Malibu Bay Pictures shirts. I thought was really cool. I've enjoyed those films when we watched them, when we did that retrospective on them. I had a good time watching them, man. So they still hold up for me. Yeah, shit like that. Definitely. Thanks for the reminder, Tom. Because yeah, I suck at that, One day at a time, brother. That's how I. Let me tell you something, Tommy Martino. Nah, I got nothing.
Yeah, I definitely know this time last year I was all amped up for Trans World. Ooh, erotic. And it did not go as planned. And this year I don't think it's gonna go as planned either. I was gonna make all this new stuff and bring so much stuff, and I'll have an okay amount, but I was lucky enough to get work that I wasn't able to make stuff. So that's good and it's bad. I mean, it's good because I need to work. Shout out to everybody who got stuff from me and AXE and everybody else. It's good to have that work because then it makes it a sustainable job. But like when you want to make new pieces and shit, like, oh, sorry, you can't, fat boy, you're working. It's like, oh, all right, well, that makes sense. So I'll have a couple new pieces. We'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of using it as okay, like everything's a write-off, fine, and if people see your stuff, just take a flyer. That'll be like one more person that'll know about the shit, and I guess you just got to kind of do that stuff. But hey, maybe it'll work out, but I'm not going into it this year like expecting so much as before. But yeah, that was kind of a bummer not having the business growth I wanted to. Didn't really have the personal growth I wanted to either. I'm still kind of a miserable, cranky prick.
Well, you got
Working on it.
that's going on your back, so there's that.
I got what?
That growth on your back.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Old Timothy, my twin.
Yeah.
I feed him applesauce like
The
this.
show got a kick-ass theme song. I thought, that was a plus to this year for sure.
Yeah, a couple of the AI songs are pretty good. I banged one out quick yesterday because I had a couple credits I had to use before they reset and I lost them. Kinda gay. I have it set to premiere tomorrow at midnight. I mean, it kinda is a Mask Jackson song, but it's not. It's like all positivity and hey, go kick some ass in the new year, guys. But I slept on it, listened to it a couple times. It's a little clunky here and there. It's catchy, but a little fucking embarrassing and cringe inducing. So maybe it won't come out. We'll see. But if it does, yeah, I don't know. Like I'm thinking about him. It's like, yeah, this song's a little fruity, and I might want to just keep Mask Jackson for like stories and shit like that. So, hey, if you never hear it, just know it was pretty catchy, a little clunky, but a little gay. I don't know why, like, all the best tracks, they just spit out bitches singing. I don't know, Joe, but fuck. That one sounded like fucking ICP, though. That was weird. Fucking pricks. Then that Counting Crows one, man, we dropped the ball on that shit ever since we switched over to this and we can't play the music and shit anymore. But it was a good run. Shout out to Kyle for fucking being a good sport all those years. It was like what, 3 or 4 years of that goofy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that gimmick had run its course. That was the universe telling us, hey, cut it out. Cut it out, guys.
It was good while it lasted, though. In the beginning, we had a good laugh. So shout out to the Hordecast. They popped in. We were on there. It's the Bootleg and Joe show. You remember that? Charlie loved it.
I do.
Did not have kind things to say, that guy.
I believe it.
Now, I don't know what to tell you, man. I thought it was hilarious. So shout out to Bootleg for coming on and talking fucking Kwanzaa movies with you. It was terrific. But Joe, 2024 is almost over. 2025, is there any shit that, all right, I'm going to try and fucking do it this year? I got to get my act together and fucking do this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
For what?
I'm making to the business that I'll be pursuing here in this first week of the new year. And other than that, I don't know. I hope it stays as busy with some of these bigger jobs that I've been getting, and it just keeps us busy, man. And that's all I want to do is I want to stay busy.
Oh yeah, I can dig it for sure. And I hope it all works out, Joe, from the bottom of my fart. Like that song, Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, because you wrote it and sang it.
Yeah.
But Joe, we got to wrap 2024 up with what I'm sure is going to be a plethora of fantastic movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as usual, Tom, I made my marathon run of trying to watch as many 2024 movies at the end of the month as I could. You know, hey, am I leaving anything out? Is this going to change my my top 10 at all? You know, even though we don't do a top 10, you know, is something going to be kicked out? Is something going to be knocked off? Is something going to be rearranged? You know,
Was it?
no. Thing. Well, yeah, there is one. There's an honorable mention or whatever.
I was thinking about that while I was doing my list. I was just like, huh, we started the top 5 a couple years ago because all the movies sucked for a couple years and it was hard to make a top 10 list.
But yeah, I'll say this: 2024, there was more enjoyable movies. Not all of them were great, you know, not all of them worthy of a top 10, but there was a lot of shit that I liked, you know, probably more than years past. Why? I don't know, you know. A lot of them didn't get big theatrical releases. Um, but yeah, it was an interesting year for film for sure.
I definitely could have done a top 10 on both with honorable mentions. And I had more good than bad this year, which was
Yeah,
surprising.
same here, man. Yeah,
So fuck everybody who's just, oh, you guys fucking hate everything. Look a dick.
it's not true. And what I say there is, I watch more shit than you guys, you know? And I don't watch the same movie, you know, 5 times a year or 6 times a year. There are some movies that I like to go back and watch every once in a while, but it's not the same shit. And we do try to go outside of our wheelhouse a little, you know. We watch a lot of low budget shit. When you watch this much stuff, you're gonna be a little more discerning of what you think is good and what you think is bad. But it also comes down to personal tastes, and I like what the fuck I like. All right, and I don't like a lot of that garbage that you guys like. Sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is. I get called out for like being an uppity prick and shit. Like, oh, what do you know? And it's just like, look at the fucking movies I'm watching, first of all, dickhead. You think all of these fucking killer vacuums from Neptune or whatever fucking bullshit is going to be like the most groundbreaking movie ever? But yeah, like you said, you watch all this fucking shit from all these different genres, you know, you're gonna pick up like, okay, this is technically well made and this is entertaining at least. And
Yeah,
but yeah, if you're only watching like the big blockbusters that hit the theaters and shit, then I
yeah.
mean,
Say the same thing back to people because there's people that like every fucking thing, and maybe they're happier in life. You know, probably are. You know, if everything is good, you know, then hey, like they say, it's all good, man. But yeah, as Tom said, you know, there was not, you know, if you watch this many, there's not gonna be a lot, as Tom describes it, as a ground baking.
yeah, I fucked that up, you son of a bitch, but that's all right.
Like the sun in July. It's
Uh-huh.
baking.
All right, Joe. If you don't mind, I'd like to rattle off a few movies in short form that I watched that you know, you don't need to say much about and they won't be clipped for reviews. So let me see here, Joe. I think these are all 2024 movies, which they are. Oh shit, he went to go fucking drink a piss. So while he's gone, head on over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Joe, I watched 5 hit 2024 movies. The first one being Dogman. This one was directed by the dude who made The Fifth Elephant. Are you familiar?
Dogman, is that the animated movie?
No, that comes out in the year of our Lord 2025.
Okay, then I'm not familiar with this movie from whatever the guy's name is.
Some Frenchman.
Yeah, Luke
So
Besson.
that's correct, Joe. And bless you. Get a tissue. So this one is about a young boy who gets locked up in a kennel with dogs because his dad and his brother's a prick. And the only thing he has for entertainment are like modern women magazines. So he grows up to be a cross dresser who can control dogs with his mind, or dogs understand him, or something. It was okay. Like, this people were saying, "Oh, this is this crazy violent movie." Not really. If it was a little more crazy and violent, I probably would have said a little more about it, but I'm not. It was okay. The dog man acted well, but beyond that, mm. And then there's DiDi, Joe. This is a coming of age story. This is like the last month of a 13-year-old's summer vacation. And, he drifts apart from his old friends, finds new friends who are skateboarders, and they get him into that and shit. And it's about him coming together and appreciating his mom. And I guess everybody loves it because they're Asian. And oh, look, those people can make movies too. I don't know. That sounds kind of racist to me, but it was a very average, okay coming of age movie. If you like those kind of things, this is another one. It was on King Obama's top movies of 2024. And I said, gosh darn it, if he likes it, I have to check it out. And then I watched, Joe, the hit motion picture, Red One. Have you heard of it?
Almost watched that. I saw that runtime, and it's like, I don't know. That trailer doesn't look good. So now I'll wait. I'll pass and see what the consensus is. What's your consensus, Tom?
I mean, fuck them for having this in theater, and then a week later you can watch it for free with an Amazon Prime subscription. It was originally made for Amazon Prime, I guess, and for some reason they put it into theater. I would lump this in the movies like Van Helsing, Men in Black, Hellboy, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, The Mummy, where it's like a mainstream kind of horror infused fantasy thing. Does that make sense?
So it's a super movie.
No, it's more along the lines of like a Van Helsing.
Okay.
You know how that's like a big, like, this is this big movie for general audiences, but it has these horror elements in it.
Got an old-timey superhero quality to it.
Not really. I would say it's more like Van Helsing, But it's like a Christmas movie made by meatheads, because it is. There's a scene where Santa's like working out and you see his muscles and his shit, and it's J. Jonah Jameson playing Santa. So it's just like, what the fuck is this? And everything just falls kind of fucking flat. There's good ideas and shit. There's like all these creatures and shit, but it's all kind of like, suck a dick. What the fuck are we doing here? This is just so fucking lame, and it just feels so fucking bullshit. Like, these spooky looking snowmen, they're gonna fucking fight, and that's kind of fucking shit. The headless horseman shows up for a second, which I was just like, oh, sweet, that's cool. But that's just to say, like, hey, look at this character. Because I guess Santa runs an operation like the Men in Black for mythological creatures and shit. And it just goes on and on and on, and nobody's really fucking likable. And fucking, god damn it, the end of this fucking movie, the day saved, The Rock, J. Jonah Jameson, and the Human Torch are fucking flying in Santa's sleigh, and fucking, god damn it, Human Torch is just like, did we just save Christmas? Rock's like, yeah, we just saved Christmas. Roll credits, you bitch. Fuck you. Suck a dick. We'll talk to you later, you fucks.
So hopefully 2025 is the year that studios will realize, hey, we need to quit wasting millions of dollars on this Dwayne Johnson guy.
I mean, his production company, his logo was at the front, so maybe he put some money. I don't know. I mean, it comes off like, I watched this Christmas movie made by a meathead. But I mean, shout out to him for pissing in bottles. That's real shit, but this movie, not so much. No New Friends, Joe. This was the lady who made the fucking killer whack off movie. What was it? A Fangirl? She made this one. It's lame and it stinks and it stinks and it's not fucking good. And I'm debating bringing it up later, Joe. And then my Cannibal Crush, which is like fucking 50 some minutes. I thought it was going to be like some garbage ass Nigerian movie to laugh at. But it's like, oh, this is a little indie fucking lesbian comedy that has its moments. Some fucking lady, she breaks up with her boyfriend. She needs a roommate because she can't afford the apartment. The fucking another lady comes in. She's a cannibal and they fall in love. And at the very end, there's like some weird shot on video horror shit, but so cutesy little movie for the art house crowd and not the fucking silly fucking look at these guys shit that I wanted. So fuck them. 2024, Joe. Fuck yeah. Fuck.
Tom, some of the movies that I closed out 2024 with, looking for something to mess my list up a little. Started out with Alien Romulus. You heard of this one, Tom?
Joe, not only have I heard of this one, I fucking pressed skip on the trailer when it used to pop up on YouTube. So I saw like 5 seconds of the trailer or so.
All right. This one takes place between the first movie and the second movie. So they're going back. I don't know. They got the computers and shit to look like they look in the first movie. Takes place on a mining planet. This young girl is they're trying to get off the mining planet with her and her autistic android. Yeah, there's an android with autism, Tom, and it's just fucking funny. Yeah, they go up to a space station where like, hey, there's like fucking those pods, those cryogenic pods, and we can just fly over to this other planet, we'll steal them and we'll go. Well, wouldn't you know it, there's fucking aliens on that satellite, and it's pretty good. A lot of the past couple Aliens movies have really sucked. This one goes back to being a monster movie, and it's got practical effects and some bad CGI, like when those little face huggers are crawling all over the place. It's really shitty CGI. The guy that I was laughing at first, the autistic android, he ends up becoming the best actor in the movie. Ian Holm, who was the android in the first movie, he's in it, but he's fucking dead. So they just like digitally did his face and his voice or whatever, and it looks like garbage. I just don't fucking do that. Like this was the only model of fucking android that they had. It's like, you got one with autism right here. There's all kinds of models out there apparently. It's got some plot holes, but I liked it. It didn't make a list. That's why I'm talking about it now. After that, I saw Monkey Man. Now this movie, this had a big push. Produced by Jordan Peele. It's your basic fucking kung fu movie. This guy's trying to get revenge on the people that fucked up his village, and he goes to get revenge and doesn't know how to do it, so they kick his ass, and he goes to another village, and a bongo player teaches him how to fucking fight to the rhythm of bongos, and then he goes back and kicks everybody's ass. It's forgettable. It's nowhere near as good as those trailers made it seem. Hey, props to the guy that edited the trailer together. Good job. It was better than the movie. The coffee table. Will we be talking about this one later? Probably. So I'll save it.
Joe, I just want to stop you. You don't need to rattle off like I did because I still have about 6 or 5 more movies to talk about.
Well, go ahead, Tom.
But feel free to talk about the coffee table next.
All right. This one was one that Tom sent me a message. Hey, Joe, you're trying to round out your 2024 list. Let me recommend the coffee table. So I watched it. It was on Tubi, of all places, right? Was that where I watched it? Yeah. Hey, this movie, it starts out, I'd say the first 30 minutes had me laughing a lot. You know, the dichotomy between the husband and the wife. What a bitch that lady is. And this guy's just trying to do one thing for himself. You know, it's just, I just want this one fucking thing so I can be happy. You know, just this tacky ass looking coffee table. That's all I want. The first 15 minutes is they're just buying the table or negotiating, trying to, you know, should we get it? Should we not? The guy playing the salesman, the furniture salesman, he's really good. And then tragedy happens, Tom. Oh.
That baby just wanted a closer look at that goddamn coffee table, Joe.
I can take a shift, you know, but I thought, well, they'll turn this funny somehow, you know, but they don't. It becomes a drama at that point. It's like he in denial and trying to hide what happened from his wife and his brother who comes over, his brother's young girlfriend, and that's what the brunt of the rest of the movie is. And then maybe the last 10 minutes, it all culminates. It's tragedy, Tom. Tragedy. When they're gone and you can't go on, it's tragedy.
Just like the baby, they wanted a closer look at the pavement. Yeah, I thought that shit was funny as fuck the whole way through.
Well, the rest of the movie was good, was really good, you know, well acted and everything. It's just that tone shift, you know, it just kind of like, all right, this is a different movie now. And yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny all the way through, but it is a dark comedy.
Hmm.
It's like normal people probably won't laugh at this shit. But it is meant to be funny. I got the Blu-ray, as you saw, Joe, and I was just like, yeah, I want to hear what the director has to say about this. So I put the commentary on, and it's in Spanish, and subtitles started to pop up. Suck a dick with that shit, dude. I'll read the subtitles on the movie, but at that point, dude, just give me a fucking book, and I won't read that shit either.
Don't speak English, Tom.
No, I know, and that kind of made sense in my head, but
I think they were going to get one of these film historians or something to get on there and talk about it.
Joe, I was thinking somebody would have been there, and it would have been like, oh, so from me make these movies, and then like there's a translator or something there like saying, I thought it was going to be a little something like that, Joe, but they did.
It was Turkish, is what you're saying?
I guess, dude, some kind of Spaniard. But there was a second commentary track with a podcast I have no interest in listening to after hearing this fucking commentary track. It's one of these where, you know, they have a script that they're reading for the most part, and it sounds like they're reading a script. And it's a dude and a chick, and the chick she wrote a book, something like, "Oh, all the wonderful child deaths in movies collected in this book." And she's an expert on child death movies. And she talks about, oh, I don't want children because, it'll interfere with my life. I don't know. Maybe it's because nobody wants to come in you. I don't know. Yeah, I never met you, but
Yeah, or listen to you.
yeah. So, I mean, I listened to most of it. I didn't get through it all because they said one of the inspirations for this movie was happiness, which makes a lot of sense once you know that, and then you look back at the movie, you're like, oh yeah, I can I can see that because that's a dark comedy too. And then there's an interview on it. Again, that's in Spanish. I watched about half of it. It's done over Zoom or Skype. The quality isn't great. And then there's a making of, which was whatever. And it's okay. It's a okay release if you don't mind your special features being in Spanish. But the movie's good fucking shit. And I laughed a lot, and I'm glad to have overpaid for it. But
It's a good movie, and if you're watching this podcast, then yeah, you would probably enjoy it on some level. So yeah, give it a watch for sure.
yeah, it's on Tubi. You'll just have to sit through commercials and read some shit. So it's worth it. I liked it.
Yeah.
But Joe, speaking of overpaying for shit, I watched the hit motion picture from 1995, Congo.
I also got a little package in the mail this week.
Oh shit.
I forgot what her name is. Ollie.
Amy Good. Amy
Ollie.
Good Gorilla.
Ollie hungry.
Give me Taco Bell.
Yeah, haven't opened the box yet. Don't remember what I ordered, but yeah, you got yours in record time.
3 years later. Oh, they're doing so well, but it still takes 8 weeks to get your shit. All right, then.
I just want to thank the OCN distribution company for getting this out to me.
So yeah, Congo. It's Congo, man. It fits right in with the shit that Vinegar Syndrome releases, but it just had more money put into it.
It was a major release.
Yeah, it was a summer blockbuster, as they say. So yeah, what's it about? A scientist, a couple of scientists, uh, curly-haired fucking idiots, curly-haired whites. They trained a gorilla to do sign language, but not only that, they built a little power glove thing that'll say what the gorilla's signing. So, oh my God, the language barrier between animals and humans have been breached. It's a Christmas miracle. And because this fucking gorilla finger paints the Amazon and shit, this fucking idiot says, you know what? I'm going to release this domesticated animal into the wild. That sounds like a terrific idea. She hasn't got used to having central air and hasn't built up any jungle immunities. What could go wrong? So they head off into the Congo, Joe, and hilarity ensues.
There's lasers in that Congo, you know.
Lasers that look pretty cool. They're on the outside of the thing, and there's some blue and purple lights that they have lit. And yeah, there's it's a fun creature movie about killer inbred gorillas protecting a diamond mine. But oh man, is it mentally challenged as fuck, and I have no idea what they were thinking when they decided to spend all this money on this fucking movie. I like it. It's fun. It's a fun, retarded fucking movie, Joe. They taught the goddamn monkey to eat Taco Bell and play Doom. Can you believe that shit? That's more impressive than teaching it to sign, if you ask me. I mean, you can teach a deaf person to sign. You don't think you can teach a gorilla to do the same shit? Get out of here. But
And
terrific. No, it's not.
gorillas are vegan, right?
I don't know.
I think they are. I think
I
they
mean,
leaves and shit.
well, they were eating tacos in this movie and drinking martinis. You gotta, that's the only way you can fuck a monkey is if you get it drunk. But yeah, I was gonna say this movie's terrific. It's not. It's Congo. It's fun and entertaining, and I like it. I really like the movie, but that doesn't mean it's a good or a
So
well-made movie.
this is your DVD review or Blu-ray review, I should say.
This is a 4K review, Joe.
4K, and this movie's been released several times. What's different? What's new on this feature?
Well, Joe, what's
They
new about this? Oh,
with the guy with like Bell's palsy and shit.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Is there an interview with him? A new interview?
There is not.
Damn.
On this, the main reason I got this, besides it being Congo and all,
Was the slip cover?
Joe, look at this silly fucking shit. So I would have to assume, because this is some fucking dumb thing they came up with, like, this is our something sub label line for big budget movies. So we do all this ridiculous shit with it that'll, make up for how much you're paying for it, because we had to pay a little more to acquire this movie. So we'll spend $1 more to give you all this goofy shit that you'll end up paying, probably about $15-20 more than you should. But this is like a box thing that opens up and then you got some art there, and then it houses a book. You got you got a little book, and then you have your Blu-ray with the special edition slipcase and the Congo. And I mean, for any other movie, I would say this is fucking ridiculously overkill and just fucking stupid. You don't need this fucking magnetic vault box, whatever the fuck it is, with a book that I'll never read. But since it is a ridiculous, stupid movie like Congo, I'll allow it. Like I said, besides it being Congo, I bought it because there was like a 50-minute documentary on the making of the gorillas, like the animatronics and shit. That of itself, fucking terrific, Joe.
That's Dan Winston and them guys.
Yes, but unfortunately, Stan Winston was not able to make an appearance, Joe. He was unable to be interviewed, couldn't be bothered, like Stephen King, as some would say. But yeah, it was fucking great. Takes you through all the steps. The suit actors were interviewed and shit. Fucking good stuff. A lot of behind the scenes footage and pictures of like the sculptures and the animatronic skeletons and shit. Fucking terrific. Like these are the kind of special features that used to be on DVDs when they were trying to sell the shit. Fucking good shit. And then there was one with I think it was Matt Mungle. He was doing like the body and the gore effects and shit. That was all right. It was cool that was on there. I think it was some shit I watched on TV back in the day. Remember when they used to have like, the making of the movie special to promote this fucking piece of shit. Watch it in prime time, bitch.
Yeah.
They had that one for Congo on there, and I was just like, oh yeah, I remember that shit. And I think it had a commentary with historians or something, maybe. I'm pretty sure I listened. Oh, I can't read that. That's way too small. And this is way too dark. But I'm pretty sure there was a commentary. I'm pretty sure I listened to it. And I'm pretty sure it was okay. Uh, Talk a lot of shit on Vinegar Syndrome, especially their ridiculous slip covers and fucking high prices. But even if this was $50, I would say it was well worth it because the special features are great. Congo is entertaining as shit, and this ridiculous, silly fucking dumb fuck package is perfect for a movie like Congo. Maybe Blu-ray of the year, maybe, but I am fucking dumb. So take that in mind. But would recommend for sure.
Hey, and like we always say, you like what you like, and we tend to spend money on the shit that we like. Yeah, if somebody ever came out with a tricked out version of Excalibur, yeah, I'd probably pay up to $60 for that shit or so. Hopefully get it on sale or something. 'Cause at least I'm not a fucking rube that fucking buys every anniversary edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that comes out. Because that's some ridiculous shit there.
But this one's $600 and comes in a cardboard chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit. Oh, if you want to laugh at bullshit that they put a lot of money into, fuck yeah, son.
Yeah.
Shit's great. They solid release for real. Like I said, we give fucking Vinegar Syndrome the shit because they deserve it on some stuff. But this release is fucking dope. Shout out to the fruits over at Vinegar Syndrome.
Tom, it seems I wasn't done quite yet with watching holiday themed movies because I was sent a screener for Curtains for Christmas. And this is a guy I know, and I'm like, fuck. All right, I'm going to watch it because he sent it to me. But I got to be honest, if it sucks, I'm going to have to say so. Luckily, I was spared that, Tom. Curtains for Christmas is pretty fun. I think it's something like I laughed at it, but I think
You can't say this was a good movie. I thought it was fun. I laughed at it.
it made me laugh, I should say.
Okay.
And I think it has more appeal, really. Well, I don't know. Okay, 'cause it's weird in this one. Like, I think had I watched it with my mom, she would have laughed a lot. I think she would have really enjoyed it, even though it's kind of a horror movie, but it's also a horror comedy, which I usually don't like. But unlike a lot of the independent movies that I watch or that were sent, it looks good. The acting is not great, but it's above what I'm used to seeing in an independent movie. The story's good, like I just said. It's funny, and the runtime, Tom,
3 minutes
is reasonable. I think it's like an hour and 10 minutes. And most independent movies that are coming out now, like, these fuckers don't want to cut anything. They think everything they shot was gold and it deserves to be in there, and you get independent movies that are 2 hours and 30 minutes. Fuck you. We don't want to see that shit for that long. Yeah, I dug it. This was a pleasant surprise. I don't think it's out yet. I don't think. I think.
But hopefully it won't be out till next Christmas.
Right.
Otherwise, that'll be a dumb fucking decision.
Right. So yeah, Steve Rudzinski, he tends to self-distribute his movies. So I know he tries to get some of his stuff on streaming or whatever, but I don't know. And yeah, it's not something you should be after until next Christmas. So I hope he does get it out there. I hope people watch it because it is better than average for an independent movie, which is kind of weird, because a lot of people that really like independent movies, this might be a little too polished for them, Tom. You know, they might think, ah, man, that's not independent. You know, how come it's not shot on video? You know, or, and then again, it's still an independent movie. So the people that like mainstream movies are like, what's this garbage? You know, this looks cheap. So sorry, Steve, you're caught in the middle with this one, but I enjoyed it. And I think a lot of other people would too, given the chance. Next Christmas at the end of 2024, be on the lookout for it.
So you chose to watch this instead of the Gringos Stole Christmas with your mom, huh?
Yeah. In fact, I didn't even watch a Christmas movie with my mom.
It's all she wanted, dog.
It was
She wanted to know why the Gringos stole Christmas.
no, she would want to watch Christmas Vacation yet again.
Fuck.
Which I like that one too.
Would have been better if it was Christmas Gaycation.
Yeah, for you.
Fuck yeah. Joe, I watched the hit 2024, not a movie because it was only 50 some minutes. African American Psycho, the hip hop freak. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
So this is a movie, but not really because it's only 50 some minutes. Mocking Puff Daddy. Have you heard of him?
I believe I've heard of him.
So it's pretty much American Psycho swapped out with Puff Daddy.
Or maybe it's P. Diddy.
Puff Diddley, Godzilla's buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Like, there's funny shit. They make fun of Puff Daddy's shitty little dances a lot, which made me laugh, but they don't go far enough. Like, there is some wild shit in it for sure, and there are some laughs, but they just didn't take it far enough. It's probably worth checking out if you like to giggle, but they just didn't go far enough. It's yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a low rent black American Psycho with Puff Daddy instead of Batman or whoever the fuck the guy was who played him. Yeah. He almost goes gay in it, but he gets too drunk and starts puking and passes out on the floor. I don't know what the fuck this movie's trying to say about Puff Daddy, really. Because he's fucking bitches in it, but everybody thinks he's gay, but he was too drunk to be gay, and then he did his little Puff Daddy dance.
You sure this isn't that the Rudy Ray Moore story?
No, he was wearing a New York baseball hat, so it was definitely Puff Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's worth checking out. You'll have a giggle, but you'll be like, damn, man, to make it like a feature length and actually go for it. And like people would say, oh yeah, you got to check this shit out, but it's all right. It's not going to make a list. I mean, it probably made a fucking list where it has to, like, when it moves into a new neighborhood, it has to go door to door and let the neighbors know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess it did make a list after all. It's a Christmas miracle.
I watched the South Korean film Leap. You heard of this one? This is about a guy. He's an actor. His wife's some kind of like office working lady. I don't know. He starts sleepwalking one day. And it's like, well, okay, he's sleepwalking. That's kind of... And he starts scratching his face in the middle of the night. You know, it's like, well, that's kind of weird. Then he's fucking doing it vigorously and draws blood and shit. Then he tries to jump out a fucking window. So like, hey, you know what? Maybe we need to see a doctor about this or try other measures. And well, they try a bunch of shit and it's not working, Tom. And well, not to ruin the movie for anybody, but he's fucking possessed by a ghost. God damn. Yeah. There's this ghost. This ghost doesn't like dogs.
Fuck that ghost.
This ghost doesn't like babies, and they just had a baby.
Shit. If only they got a coffee table.
Yeah, it's a good movie, you know, but I guess if you only like if you like the type of horror movies that were coming out in the 90s, you know, when we were first getting that J horror shit coming, it's like that. It reminded me a lot of that. It's really good.
So what? There's like a bunch of golems and dreidels and shit.
Dreidels.
Yeah, J horror.
The
Yeah.
Get what you're saying.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Oh, fuck you anti-Semitic piece of shit. Don't wish people a happy Hanukkah. What an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into that stuff, give it a watch. Otherwise, you know, if you didn't like that shit, you're not gonna like this. But I did. It's fucking good. Fuck what you think.
Damn. God damn it, Joe. I watched the hit 2024 movie, Joe. Venom, The Last Dance. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of this. This was a 3-issue miniseries that came out in '98, I believe.
Was it good?
Foil covers that all interlocked, all 3 of them.
Mm. Oh, well, it's nothing like that, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, this is another one of these fucking Venom movies that why they chose to go this route, I don't know. Like, why the fuck Sony chose to go the route they did with any of these Spider-Man spin-off whatever the fuck movies is weird. Like, Spider-Verse is good, the second one, but the first one I would say is great. But everything else is just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, is this just a joke? What the fuck is going on here? Like, Venom's gay. Like, why would you make that choice? Okay, we'll go with it, but
2024, Tom.
I guess, man. There's a scene where he actually has a last dance, and it's like it's fucking ridiculous. You know how in The Shape of Water, the movie just stops to have a ridiculous dance scene?
Mm.
That shit happens in this, dude. Like, a threat's happening. They say, all right, you fuck face, if you fully transform into Venom, I forget what they're called, but it's some stupid shit from the newer comics where it's like fucking these monsters that hunt symbiotes. I don't think they really do in the comics, but it's just all the fucking shit in this movie that's from the comics is why I stopped reading the comics. It's like Codex and Null, who's barely in the fucking movie. But all that shit, I was just like, no, I'm fucking good. I'm going to stop reading Venom after 35, 30 years, however long it's been. I'm good. And I haven't read since that shit. But, yeah, he just decides, oh, I'm going to start fucking dancing now. Even if I do, this fucking giant monster will come and fuck shit up. And it sucks. Toxin's green in it, and he's not like this big thing. It's just everything kind of sucks. I can't remember which symbiotes were in it. I'm pretty sure Lasher was one of them. I it was another one of these fucking movies that aren't good, Joe. I don't know what to say. It wasn't as bad as the Carnage one. It was slightly better, but that doesn't mean it doesn't suck a dick. It's just very confusing. Like, why would you make these stupid fucking choices? Money. That's why. But why? Make a good fucking movie. You'll make more money. You have Spider-Man. It doesn't have to be the MCU Spider-Man. It's just fucked. Don't jump in a fucking lake and go fuck yourself for real. Fuck these movies. God damn. Venom. Should have been released in June. Maybe it was. I don't know.
So like I don't like comic book movies anyway, but I watch them, right? So this series I would have watched if it weren't for Tom Hardy. You know, usually I see that guy in a movie, I know it's gonna suck.
It's another one of these fucking mates they have playing an American. It's just, dude, why? Why?
I wouldn't have watched that Blink Twice or Don't Blink or whatever it was called had I known he was in it, you know. And it's one of these movies, it doesn't start out, it just starts, you know, doesn't give you like a cast of characters, because I would have stopped and said, no, I'm not getting involved in this. But Tom Hardy was the selling point when this shit started, you know, when the first movie came out. And I guess people get excited by him. They think he's a fucking great actor. The dude sucks, man. He's just bad.
I didn't know who he was before Venom, and they post. I'm just like, no, I don't really see this guy as Eddie Brock. They need like almost a wrestler
Yeah.
to play fucking Eddie Brock and Brock Lesnar, not to be a fucking dildo, but like maybe a little AIDSy Brock Lesnar, not that big, but something like that.
Rug on, you know?
I've seen Kurt Angle act, and he's no Tom Hardy, Joe. But yeah, fuck no, dude. Yeah, it's just very confusing the route they chose to take with these movies and all their other weird pseudo Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, Venom's a very, very popular character, and I guess that's why people keep going to watch these.
And it has nothing to do with Spider-Man. He does not have the tarantula on his chest and back.
They don't have to. You know, it doesn't have to be related, because even in the Venom
Because
comic,
fuck you. Because fuck you.
Self, you know. But no, they don't give a fuck. They just want to crank shit out there to get fucking this weird fan base that. And I guess it makes sense, because the fan base that loves these movies, that loves the comic book movies, they don't give a shit about the comic.
This is like a separate thing because this isn't MCU shit. Like they try and make it seem like it is, but it's not. Like this is separate. This is Sony's shit, whatever the fuck they're doing. It's not part of the MCU. Like Venom in the last one, the post credit thing, I think he went to the MCU. And in this one, he just gets sucked out of a portal right away. And they're just like, enough of that, bitch. Oh, all right then.
The Deadpool blows Wolverine.
That's part of the MCU.
But he's not in that, because I know
Venom?
And that's the thing, it's a multiverse stuff, you know. That's why
And that's what they're playing with, just to be like, oh yeah, we're fucking your butt, but this really has nothing to do with that. It's fucking weird what they're doing. Like after I watched this, I was like, man, why don't they just make an Agent Venom movie? All they have to do is fucking, have a fucking inner monologue at the beginning of the movie. It's just like, yeah, I idolized Spider-Man growing up. I wanted to be the hero that he was. That's why I went to war and lost my fucking legs. And now I'm Agent Venom. And that'll explain why he's a fucking Venom and has the spider on his thing. You don't need Spider-Man in it, but just give me a little bit, put the fucking spider on there, and everything will be okay. But no, we're fucking dumb and weird, and we make fucking computers and sell insurance in Japan and make movies for some reason.
Well, maybe when they make the Kane movies.
Dude, this shit's gonna be 18 movies long, stretched over fucking 5 years. Jesus fuck, I can't wait. Jackal's in it. God damn, dude. Jackal's in fucking Craven. They were planting the seeds. They were planting the fucking. I'm gonna plant some seeds in their fucking ass. God damn. And babies will grow, Joe. Oh, fuck you, Venom. And just, hey, just so you can kind of see that, but yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah. So, Tom, I watched a Netflix original.
Oh, it has to be good.
It's called Woman of the Hour. And this it's about a serial killers, Tom. This guy that seduce women, and just tell them how beautiful. And he was a photographer, let's go out and do this photo shoot. Let's go out to the desert or something, and someplace isolated. Let's go do that. And of course he rapes them and kills them. And so it follows his interactions with several women. And it starts out following this girl. She's not a girl, she's a woman. It's I don't remember the chick's name, but she also directed it, which would explain the length of her role in the movie. But I'll get back to that. This woman is an aspiring actress in Hollywood, Tom, in the 70s. And wow, there's a lot of misogyny in Hollywood. These casting calls, they're not even paying attention to her. They just want to know if she'll do nude scenes or whatever. She's about to give it up. She's got this neighbor that just wants to fuck her, and she fucks him for no fucking reason, even though she knows she shouldn't, but she does. And then she gets a call for an agent. Hey, we got a role for you. You're gonna come be a contestant on the dating game, and yeah, so she's on the dating game, and one of the contestants, Tom, is the serial killers. So the dating game host, he's a bit of a prick, and midway through, she's erases her questions and answers and writes her own. She takes charge of the situation, Tom, and it's frustrating the game show host. And but she's standing up. She's being her own woman.
Fucking bitch.
Picking the serial killers, and they go out to eat and shit afterwards, and then he starts scaring the fuck out of her. But she gets away because there's other people. Then he goes into how the serial killers got caught and everything. She gives up, leaves Hollywood. What a loser. And yeah. And then it ends, because this was based on a true story, Tom, ripped from the 1970s headlines. How this guy did this shit for years. And the movie does go over the course of like 8 years or so. And, he was convicted for like 18 murders. That's a lot. That's pretty good body count. Those are good numbers among serial killers.
Seems like a real dickhead, Joe.
Right. No, he's a prick. And then it says, but he may have been responsible for 130. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, I mean, if you say may have, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
I may have fucked a horse.
Yeah. I didn't.
I may have gotten fucked by a horse.
Well, that's more in keeping with what I know about you.
On brand.
But I didn't go back and like, well, let me see the real story, because I don't give a fuck, But I'm guessing that a lot of this shit is just, just a script writer putting shit together, making it cinematic or whatever. The guy playing the serial killers, he's fucking great in the role, because he comes off, overall, he comes off as a pathetic piece of shit, which is what serial killers are. You know, I don't get these fucks that, I don't know, idolize these people, fucking worship, want posters in their house or want to wear t-shirts of a fucking serial killer. It's like, wow, that's edgy. You're fucking cool. You're not. You're not. And these people aren't cool. So the thing is, like, this whole story with this lady, and okay, this happened. They said that this guy was actually on the dating game, but her story really doesn't have a lot to do with the movie, other than that time. It's like kind of interferes with the movie, and it's called The Woman of the Hour. Movie's not about her. It's supposed to be about this fucking serial killers, and it just interferes, and it makes it not that great a movie. It's good. It's directed well. Good for you, lady. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, there were odd choices in this thing. I don't know. Watch it or don't. I don't give a fuck. Just throw that Albert Fish shirt in the fucking trash, dummy.
Yeah, that shit's weird. We've talked about that a few times, but I don't get that goofy ass shit at all. Like Jason Michael Myers, of course, that's fucking fictional, silly shit, but
You guys are monsters or ghosts or some shit,
no, look at my Charles Manson hat or whatever the fuck. It's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay. I'm gotta talk to you, huh? That sucks. All right. It's all I'm thinking in my head. It's just like, I can't wait for this conversation to be over with and avoid eye contact with you if I ever see you again. Fuck. Yeah, weird shit. I don't get it, Joe. Don't get it. If I remember correctly, that Brian Peck guy, he was pen pals with John Wayne Gacy and had his paintings and shit.
Yeah, well, what's that tell you?
Yeah. Went on to work for Nickelodeon and become the world famous Pickle Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Dreams do come true, Joe. Dreams do come true. Well, my final movie, Joe, that I watched that was a hit 2024 motion picture is the Christmas classic Elf in the Hood. So in this one, Joe, there is an elf in the hood. Oh, I watched this one last week before Christmas. What was it about? A couple, a man and a lady, even though it is 2024, it's fucking kind of unbelievable, but you gotta kind of suspend disbelief, as they say.
Right.
There's a crime job that goes wrong. They're robbing something or doing something illegal, and they end up killing the third wheel legend that they're working with. And they go into their car, and oh my god, there's a little fucking elf doll thing in the back of their car now. I think the movie started out with some kind of voodoo ritual. Let's say the movie started out with some kind of voodoo ritual, Joe.
Okay.
So they have this little elf doll, and it's hard to tell what the fuck it is because it's wearing like tribal makeup with vertical lines. So that just kind of skews anything. It's hard to get a grasp on what it fucking looks like. And they say, hey, I bet we can get money for this old shitty doll. So they go to a white lady's house because she knows about African dolls.
And they tend to have money.
Yeah. and they get locked in the house, and this elf comes to life, and this elf's running amok in the house, but this elf's also out on the streets doing shit because, as they tell you, Joe, this elf has the power to be at multiple places at once because fuck you. Sometimes the elf is a doll. Sometimes it's the fucking greatest CGI elf you ever see. Talking like this, motherfucker. I'm gonna cut a bitch. And then pulls out a little shitty CGI gun and starts shooting it. And then he just talks like this, motherfucker.
So is the white lady's house in the hood?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they locked the doors when they got out of their car.
Mm.
And yeah, that all sounds well and good, but they don't take it far enough. Like, they did that crazy shit where it's like, oh my God, this is a terrible looking CGI elf saying offensive things, shooting a gun. Why isn't this more in the movie? Why do you have this way better special makeup effect than this movie deserves? And then everything else is like shit. It's like, you can see that they know what to do, but they just did a little bit and told you to go fuck yourself. It's like, why wasn't more of this throughout the whole movie instead of just a whole lot of nothing? Like a guy stop motion fucking Christmas lights attack him and pull him away, but then nothing happens. Why wouldn't you have like his head roll off if you were able to do this crazy melt effect and this lady peeling her face off? Why didn't you? Why? It's like you showed us that you can do this stuff. What little good is in this movie, you still showed us that you can do it. But then you pissed in our fucking faces. Why? Why, Elf in the Hood? Why? So, you know, those couple little things were funny and entertaining, but the rest of it was just like so fuck you. I can't recommend anybody watch it. So yeah, get fucked. Like it had shit in there. What little bit it had, it was just like, why isn't this the whole fucking movie? Shots are fucking weird. It's just it's not well made or anything, but they had some stuff in there. It's like, yeah, if you just did that the whole movie, I would have been like, God damn, Joe, this is a Christmas fucking classic. But it's not. Fuck them. That's what I say. Merry Christmas in the Hood, you fuck. I think it's called Kwanzaa. They fucked that up too. The Kwanzaa elf. Tyrone, the Kwanzaa elf. That's what they should have called it. But they didn't because they fucked that up too. And I think it's like Boys in the Hood font they ripped off. And this isn't boy. Fuck them. I talked about it way too much. We'll get to that later.
All right. Well, I watched two others, Tom, but we'll talk about them later.
I mean, all right.
We're fucking now.
We might as well.
Do the list part, but the last time we saw the tarantula, he had turned into.
No, we're saving that for.
Yeah, I know. How do you worry?
Okay, all right. Yeah, I got drunk and changed the Facebook page to tarantula themed. I think that was the rum night. It was great. I drank a fucking bottle of rum in those 24 hours, and it was pretty sweet. And it was just like, hell yeah, that's why I don't fucking do this anymore. Shit's so easy to drink, and boy, does it get you shimmed up. Well, Joe, are we doing our list? Oh my, hey, let me ask you something there, Joe. You like lists? Classic. God damn it.
I gotta say, Tom, that I've missed these lists that we used to do on a week. I haven't missed a list at all, but this one's an easy one because you build it up throughout the year, changes and this and that, and it's an easier one than like, oh, we're pressured to fucking think of something. And
And it was ever since I had Letterbox, these lists have been easy as shit because I just go and see what I rated the highest and then write those down and then look at that and okay, yeah, all the math's right there. Do I still like these? Maybe switch them around a little bit, but yeah, easy as shit.
keep a list on my phone, Tom. And if I watch something like, fuck yeah, like what number is that at? And then it's like, oh, this one is definitely better than this one. So one gets kicked off, booted off.
I also do that. I have the old notepad, so I write those down and then I go to Letterbox, see what they were scored, write the score down, and then all the maths right there.
This portion of the show brought to you by Letterboxd.
Fuck yeah, son. So we're bringing back something we started last year, a third list. Hey, our top 5 movies we forgot we watched. Remember when that went so well last year, Joe, that we brought it back?
No.
Yeah, it didn't go well at all. That was part of the podcast I listened to. What a stupid fucking idea I had. So do you want to do best or worst first?
We should do worst.
All right. Well, give me
a note, Tom, instead of a dour note.
All right. So we're doing worst first. And I wrote my own guesses. Well, first of all, let's get this out of the. No, we'll do that at the end. We'll do that at the end. So I wrote my own list, guessing what your top and bottom 5 would be.
Okay.
For the worst, I was only able to do a top 3 because I don't focus on the negativity, Joe, and I just couldn't remember what movies you didn't like.
Yeah, you're a ray of sunshine. Whenever things are down, I just know, hey, reach out to Tom,
So my top 3 for you at number 3, I have Humane. Don't tell me. We'll just figure that out when we get to it. At number 2, I have In a Violent Nature. And at number 1, I have Night Swim.
Okay, so I didn't do the same for you, Tom, because it's kind of, homoerotic to like, I wonder what he guessed.
I just like to have fun.
I know, Tom. Girls just want to have fun.
Like that song.
So we're doing our top 5. How many honorable mentions?
I did shit. I think I have 5 in here. I'm not gonna mention Thought of Murder or No New Friends though, so let's just do the 3.
All right. Well, I've only got 2.
All right, Joe, but hold on. Hey, everybody. Joe, why don't you introduce this little segment so we can clip it all nice and neat for YouTube?
This is the BOYGOB 2024 worst of countdown.
What a year, Joe. What a year.
There was some truly bad films this year, wouldn't you say?
Deplorable, dishonorable. Dishonorable, I would say.
Oh, yes. And well, there's some that were bad, but they were not top 5 bad for me, Tom. So I would like to give you my 2 dishonorable mentions, if I may.
Sure.
I have Yule Log 2, Branching Out. Maybe had I seen this by itself, had it not had such a great first movie, Yule Log, Adult Swim Yule Log is what it's really called. Maybe I would have liked this. No, probably not. But that first Log, that's a fucking great movie. This one, no, stay away. Another one time, and this is only dishonorable mention because I couldn't finish the fucking thing. You know, it was bad. It was really bad. And this is Brothers with Peter Dinklage and some other guy who's looking a little bit like John Cena. You know how John Cena is looking like he's kind of cancerous right now? This guy's looking like that in this movie too. What the fuck is his name? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Glenn Close is in this too. It sucks. Very hard to watch. Very, like, they're reaching for the comedy in this. They want to make you laugh so bad, Tom, but they don't know how.
Damn, it's like I wrote the movie.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of John Cena before, but I've never seen him. Because of his gimmick, you see.
Or maybe you did work on it.
That's right, Joe. Fucking prick. So, Joe, I have a few dishonorable mentions of what? Learn to speak, Tom. I have, here's my 3. Elf in the Hood. Oh, boy. You fucks. Red One. Oh, boy. You fucks. And Venom, The Last Dance. Oh, boy. You fucks. So, Joe, number 5, your least favorite movie of the year. Your 5th least favorite movie. Sorry, I've been drinking.
I call it Walking, the movie, but most people refer to it as In a Violent Nature. Oh, how much longer does this got? Oh, fuck. That's number 5, Tom.
You didn't find it visually stunning?
Not find it visually stunning. I did not find it a throwback to the glory of the 80s. Like, that was a fucking great time for movies.
Didn't Hot Dog the Motion Picture come out in the 80s?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Some folks would call that one ground baking.
That's what the Arizona desert does. Joe, my number 5 is the hit motion picture, Not Another Church Movie. They tried to make a movie making fun of Medea, but they just ended up making a Medea movie. Yeah, the fucking Jamie Foxx and fucking Blobfish Mickey Rourke shit was fucking crazy and ridiculous. And from what I heard from somebody who was close to the production, incompetence was running wild, Joe. And COVID. The 2 C's got him, or the fucking incompetence has a C in it, but it isn't a C, so fuck me. Joe, number 4.
Number 4, Tom. The Watchers. Was this an M. Night Shyamalan movie, or was it his daughter? Who gives a fuck? Because it sucks. Yeah, watch this one as a sneak preview. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. Man, I would have been pissed. This movie just sucks. Sucks. Not the worst one of the year for me, but pretty fucking bad.
Damn, I was gonna put that on my list, and it probably would have by default landed on number 4, but I thought, no, I think Joe liked that one.
Did not.
Fuck.
Go back and watch the review.
I could have had 2 points.
Or
hey,
Tom didn't clip that review because I talked about it.
No, I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, because it was one of the sneak preview things.
Number 4. My number 4, Joe, is the hit motion picture Street Trash. Fuck. Does that not have any of the charm that the first movie about hobos has? Yeah, the movie comes off as a dated comedy made by a confused foreigner because Joe, it's a dated comedy made by a confused foreigner.
You do get confused fairly. The language barrier thing is the culture, you know.
Yeah. No. Why would you do this to me? Fuck.
At number 3, Tom, trying to cash in on shit that falls into public domain is The Mousetrap. Yeah, okay, that Winnie the Pooh shit got a theatrical release. You don't, motherfucker. I haven't watched that Winnie the Pooh movie. Have no intention of doing so. This is bad. This one's just fucking horrible. Horrible.
I forgot about that shit too. That probably would have fucking been on the list as well.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the thumbnail was eye-catching though, because it had some cool like pink and blue lights, I think. Fuck, I'm gonna go look at that image. What are we on? Number 3. I have the hit motion picture starring not Charles Bronson, 12 to Midnight. Shit's run its course, dog. If the next Bronzy movie isn't like balls to the wall, crazy exploitation, like, oh my God, they actually made that, then it's done. Wrap it off. He made his couple bucks off a dead man, and it's time to go back to Hungry, dog. The shit's done. Or Hungry? What? I don't know.
And as Tom mentioned in his review, his big review of this movie, guy doesn't even look like Bronson anymore.
Nope. Fucking prick.
At number 2, Tom, an anthology movie.
I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even remember much about this shit, but I know after I watched it, it immediately went on my list. Satanic Hispanics. Oh, why did this suck? No, trying to make a Hispanic Tales from the Hood or some shit. No, you're doing it wrong. You did it all fucking wrong. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah,
you ever seen Barrio Tales?
No.
No. Maybe look into that and compare and see how it is. I think I remember that being a spandex anthology.
Okay, but I mean, I don't know how I'd compare it because I'd have to watch this again because I don't remember much.
It's probably a good thing, right?
Hmm?
Good. Number 2, Joe, I have the hit motion picture Off Ramp, the Juggalo movie. God damn, did this suck and just a fucking complete embarrassment. I've seen juggalos online praise this shit and say, oh, how good it is. I hope I never meet you people in real life because you'll be on the same people wearing the fucking Ed Gein shirts where I'm just like, how long until this conversation is over? But I also seen juggalos saying, what a fucking pig fucking piece of shit. And those people, they're all right. I'll call them people. Shout out to you. And the people who made Off Ramp, go sit on a stool upside down.
All for you.
Fucking pricks. What a piece of shit that fucking movie was. God damn it. If it wasn't for my number one, that fucking garbage would be number one. But, however, it is apropos that it's number two because it's a piece of shit.
Mm.
Fuck yeah.
Tom, my worst movie of the year. The worst thing I saw in 2024 when I wasn't looking in a mirror was, well, I'll tell you this. This was on my list of worst of from the first week of 2024.
Fuck, I might have it. I might have called it. Goddamn.
Stayed on my list until this, the last week of 2024. And yes, Tom, you were right. It is Night Swim, the haunted swimming pool movie. Fuck, did this suck. This is just stupid, not scary. Just a bunch of fucking idiocy.
All right, I got 3 points. I want to win a t-shirt. Unfortunately, nobody on YouTube entered the contest. There were likes on the post, but nobody took the fucking time unless they have to do absolutely nothing besides, oh yeah, sign me up for the contest.
And even then,
Yeah. Crazy. I'm looking at my fucking review list like I got a movie to talk about. Joe, my number one least favorite movie of the year. This is the one where I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to turn on Tubi and just play the first 2024 movie that pops up. And that movie was Arctic Hollow. This movie was shot darker than I am right now. There were no lights besides like a head-mounted camera in this. And there was like a dinosaur monster or something maybe that I'm sure was just like 2 flip-flops going like this with like foam teeth glued to them. And at the end, they find the utopian hollow earth, and I wanted to throw my TV out of the fucking window. Fuck you. It was not even a movie. It was just a black screen for most of it. Fuck you. Yeah. Off Ramp did suck a big old dick though.
hey, that's our worst of. But the fun doesn't end there. Click onto our other video where we'll be talking about the best of 2024.
All right, Joe. Let me hit you with the list I got for you for your best of. Pardon me. At number 5, I have Late Night with the Devil. At number 4, I have Azrael. At number 3, I have The Substance. At number 2, I have Oddity. And at number 1, I have Dune.
Okay. For you, I'm just going to go your number 2 and number 1. At number 2, I'm going to say A Snail's Life. And number 1, I'm going to say I Saw the TV Show.
That sucks that movie wasn't even shitty enough to make the list. I didn't like it, but there were one cool monster in it, and the pink glowing shit was kind of cool.
Mm.
So everybody, welcome to our... I don't need to welcome you to anything. This is our favorite movies of 2024. And it sucks we have to say things like this. That, hey, go to dwnproductions.net and then fastcustomshirts.com. All right. This is our favorite movies of 2024, Joe. And you never know who clicks on a video. So let's preface this by saying, yes, we have watched every single movie that was released in 2024. And these are not opinions, these are definitive lists that you should get severely angry about if you do not agree with them. Because, as I said, we have watched every single movie that was released in the year of our Lord 2024.
This is our 37th year doing this podcast. So, yes, we receive screeners for every fucking thing. So, we know of what we speak, young Philistines.
But Joe, it's been a year filled with thousands of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you got a couple that didn't make the top 5, maybe a, honorable mention or 3.
I just so happen to have 3, Tom. One of them would be Dune Part 2. Good movie, but the ending, and I can't put a movie on the list that is part of a series. It's Part 2, and it doesn't really finish here because you got to watch Part 3 to see what happens because of this cliffhanger ending. You see, sorry, you disqualified from my top shit, even though you were good. Another one I have, Tom, is called Horizon, an American Saga, Part 1. Now, guess why this one did?
Because it wasn't a Ukrainian Saga Part 1.
It wasn't the Serbian Saga. This shit's really good. It's a Western movie. If you like shit like Lonesome Dove, there's nobody as cool as Gus and Woodrow in this one, or 1883 about the wagon trails and shit. This has all that stuff in there. The music's fucking great. Good performances. There's a lot of people that you'll recognize. I didn't give this one a big review, so you're getting it here. It's fucking great. And then it just ends, and it shows you like a preview. Like next on Horizon, Americans.
Fuck off, dog. This ain't a TV show.
TV show if you're gonna do this. This movie was 3 hours, but it blew by, man. I could have swore it's like, no, I've been only watching this shit for 30 minutes. What the fuck's going on? Good fucking movie, but you can't do that to people, And I read up on it. The second part's already done. They're filming them concurrently. The third one's in production now, and they're gonna go into the fourth one. But still, that's not fucking fair to people, man. Fuck you. I'm not gonna watch them in the theater, and I don't know that I'll watch the second one even when it's streaming. I may wait till all 4 of them. I'll probably be dead, so I won't.
God willing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that's shame on you. Not nice, Kevin Costner. Not nice at all. And then, Tom, I have a movie called Cuckoo. Have you heard of Cuckoo?
I have. I was almost gonna watch it. And then I said, enough 2024 movies already. It's not going to make a list if it's going to be the last movie I say, I guess I'll throw another in.
This could easily have been an A24 film. But one of the good ones, one of the very few good ones. This girl is moving to Germany, to the Alps, all beautiful and shit, mountains and stuff, because her parents are helping do an addition to a resort. They're building on to the hotel or something. That's not really why they're there, Tom. This guy that owns a resort, he's a weird motherfucker. Strange guy. And this girl gets a job at the resort. She's depressed. Her mother had just died and everything. Hasn't come to terms with that. And there's just weird shit going on in the hotel, Tom. And then late at night when she's riding her bicycle home, some woman's chasing her. Some crazy ass woman's chasing her. And then she starts like, hey, fucking time's going crazy on me. I'm in a time loop, you know? Yeah. I don't want to ruin it for you. But this lady that's chasing her is like some old fucking species, and they like to just like rub their fucking eggs, you know, from their pussy and stick it into somebody else's so they can have their baby for them. Cuckoo, you know, because that's what the cuckoo bird does, you see. And it's cool as shit. I like this movie. I spoiled the fuck out of it for you, so fuck you. You should have watched it by now. 2024 is almost over, and they'll never show this movie again. Didn't make my list though.
So is it called Cuckoo because it's about a bird?
It's well, these people, you know, are
White.
kind of like the cuckoo bird in how they procreate, Tom. Yeah.
So the lead character of this movie is a female?
Yeah, and she gets the shit beat out of her through the movie. You know, it's just like falls into shit, gets her arm broken. Fuck yeah. She just has more shit like a cast and a headband and fucking, you know, band-aids all over, looking like Marv in Sin City, you know.
Smells like anals ought to smell.
That there is one nice jacket.
I'm gonna fuck this dog. Don't do that, people.
It's a Goldie Retriever.
All right, everybody, we're out of here. Oh shit, for a second, when you were on that last one, I was like, he's saying a lot of good shit about this. Oh yeah, we're not doing our worst ofs anymore.
Because I'm always so negative, they say.
Oh, you hate everything. Maybe those are just the ones you pay attention to.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
just like, you fucks.
honorable mentions for me, the hit motion picture, Lousy Carter. This is an extremely dry comedy, and I laughed and laughed and laughed. If you like dry humor, check this one out. It's fucking pretty funny.
Tom likes anything with Carter in the title. 39. He likes the Cowboy Carter album. He loves the inspirational film Get Carter or Coach Carter. Both of them. He likes both of those.
Most of all, though, rest in empowerment, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, I mentioned that. That was the
Loved you on King of the Hill, dog.
Hmm.
You didn't mention that, though, Joe. That was my favorite thing about 2024. Then I have the hit motion picture, The Coffee Table. If you're fucked in the head and you like to laugh at horrible shit and read, is The Coffee Table the movie for you? And then I have what probably should have been my number one, but I think I would just completely lose all credibility because this is the most entertaining movie I saw this year. I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed because it was like 3 hours long, but I laughed and laughed and laughed. And this is Clash in the College 3, Terry and Trumpland. This shit was fucking awesome. The only way you can see it is to fucking stream it off the guy's website for a few bucks, but it is worth it. If you're looking for the so bad it's good movie of 2024, Terry and Trumpland, 169%, because it is hilarious. Terry and Trumpland, fuck yeah. If you just want a couple more so bad it's good movies of 2024, check out Botch. It's about a fucking lady giving like back alley BBL fucking ass implants with like Fix-A-Flat and spray foam. And then there's another one called Please, where a crazy bitch is locking dudes up in the basement and cutting their cocks off and shit. So if you're looking for the 3 best so bad they're good movies of the year, it's them. But Terry and Trumpland, fuck yeah, son. But fuck that, Joe. We're on the list now. These are the ones that made it.
At number 5, I have the breakout hit of the year, The Substance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. People are hyping the fuck out of this movie, and it deserves it. It's really good. It's got some crazy shit in there. Shit that I laughed at. I think it was done for laughs. It had to have been. Some of the shit's so funny. It's got a hot as fuck lady, and it has one of my personal favorite messages in a film: out with the old, in with the new.
Oh shit. Joe, my number 5 is the hit motion picture The Substance. Have you seen it?
I have seen that one, Tom. I paid to watch this movie. I think I paid like $4 to see it, or 5.
I think I paid maybe 3 times that because I saw it in the theater and almost walked out because it kept going on, beating you over the head with a fucking, not, a very smart message as the internet would like you to believe, but that last act made everything all worth it because that shit was awesome. Not to say the stuff before it wasn't okay, but it gets a little preachy and over your head and goes on a little too long. But that payoff, god damn, you pulled the nose up in one old time over, motherfucker. Good
Yeah.
for you.
So I would like to see a cut of this movie without Demi Moore in it. Just cut out the whole build up with her and just start with the young girl that, you just kind of like restructure the movie.
Chop a half hour off wherever you want to, and I'll appreciate it more.
Holy shit, she's really this old hag, this washed up lady, A bit more.
Maybe. I mean, you need some of the her, getting thrown the fuck out and searching for how to get her life together. You do need some of that, but you don't need to see it over and over and over. But there is some good shit in it for sure. It's just it's not as smart as fucking it thinks it is or everybody is saying it is, but god damn that fucking ending.
At number 4, Tom, I have Oddity, a film I know you didn't like, but you thought was boring. I thought it was great. I thought it was well paced. I thought it was creepy. Yeah, man, I liked it. Well acted, strange looking lady, in it, and I like strange looking ladies. And she was strange looking and blind. Fuck yeah. Good movie. That is my number 4, Tom.
Well, Joe, my number 4 is an A24 picture. And it's the hit film, The Front Room, starring Moesha and a grandmother that shits and pisses all over the place while talking like Southern Thomas the whole time.
Hate that guy.
Oh, shit was great. I laughed and laughed and laughed because it just seems like a fucking, they're just making fun of all these uppity A24 movies, and I fucking loved it. Good shit. If you like to laugh, would recommend.
At number 3, I have another folk horror movie, Tom, and this one's called All You Need Is Death. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of folk horror shit that I like. It ends on a fucking weird, not good for the world note. You know, there's a hint of despair in it, and nobody's fucking talking about this one. Nobody's seen it, or everybody fucking hated it because I'm the only one that knows shit in this world. I saw all the movies this year, every fucking one of them, and
You did.
this one right here, number 3, easily could have been number 2, but it's number 3. You haven't watched it, you're dumb.
Not only are you dumb, but you're a fucking dumb bitch. Take your ass to Ratchet City. Oh. Joe, my number 3 is the hit motion picture, a coming of age story called Snack Shack. Pretty funny fucking movie. Just a good old fashioned comedy. If you like your comedies with a little bit of heart, check it out and get yourself a fuck dog and watch this movie. Good shit.
At number 2, Azrael. So this movie, it's set post Rapture. How fucking unique is this? But it's action packed. It doesn't let up. It's good. It reminded me a lot of like a Mad Max movie. Fucking could have made my number 1, but didn't. There was something a little bit better. But Azrael, I'm gonna end up watching this shit again. I liked it that much, and if something's on your list that's within your top 3, that's some shit you would watch again and again.
And I was gonna check this one out too, but you hyped it up a little too much to said, Tom, you probably won't like it.
Yeah, you're not like an action movie guy, and this one is.
Joe, I own a Blu-ray copy of Action USA, sir.
And you
And I don't. I'm a Will Smith fanatic. Okay. Fan for short. All right, then. My number 2, yeah. Hit motion picture. Memoirs of a Snail. Great claymation movie. Yeah, it's good. It's got heart. Got a little bit of humor in there. Everything looks pretty good. And it's just yep. Well-made movie. I'd recommend it, yeah.
Mhm.
Memoirs of a Snail.
At number 1, Tom. Furiosa. Right. Yep. The fucking prequel to Fury Road. Telling Furiosa's story. Every time I see this skinny blonde in a trailer for something, I think she's not right for this. It's like, no way. And then she always kicks ass. She's always good in whatever the fuck she does, this little skinny white chick. Very impressed in this because I thought, nobody's as good as Charlize Theron, but no, she's good. And it's action packed. It didn't do well at the box office. I know George Miller wanted to make a shitload of Mad Max movies from now on. Probably not going to now because this one fucking bombed. I think it just came out at a weird time or whatever. I don't know. I saw it twice this year. I'll watch it again and again and again. I thought it was fucking great. Fuck you dumb Philistines that don't know shit about this. Good stuff.
If I remembered about that shit, I definitely would have called it as your number one because I forgot how much you loved her as Magic in the New Mutants.
She was pretty good in that too, man. You know, the movie sucked, but she was good. Hey, yeah, because in the comic you forget. Oh yeah, she's supposed to have a Russian accent. You know.
She looked at little fucking Pim Pim or whatever that dragon's name is that I forget and says, I'm Magic. I went, get him.
Lockheed Martin.
There you go. There you go. Locky. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, my number one is the hit. Fuck.
Up, Tom. Cough it up.
Sorry. A24 picture. Y2K. I liked it. A good classic comedy with a little bit of gore in there, little bit of nostalgia thrown in. A lot of it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it was just a good throwback to old comedies with some heart, and there was some fucking gore in there. And Tim Heidecker was in it, and he wasn't fucking annoying, and he didn't make me want to walk out of the fucking theater immediately. So any movie that can do that has to be fucking good. And I didn't bring this up on the review, but the whole time I was looking at the mom, I was like, who this bitch is? She looks familiar, but I didn't know. And then I didn't give a fuck enough after the movie to look it up. Oh, that was fucking Batgirl herself, Alicia Silverstone. I can't believe it. But yeah, it was good shit. If you like comedies and you like movies with heart, and I guess, hey, if you like coming of age movies, check it out. Would recommend. It's fun. What a year, Joe. I can't believe it.
24, man. Wow. Wow. Uh, I'm glad, Tom, that I can go back to my regular viewing schedule and start watching some of these fucking DVDs that I've accumulated, and probably getting rid of a lot of them at shows in the coming year if they don't pass muster, as they say.
Yeah, I'm sure we both have a stack that we accumulated over the last couple months that needs to be
Fat,
chipped away
fat,
at. Fuck yeah. But before we give our thank yous and all that fucking Momo shit, I was thinking of bringing up maybe adding a new segment to the show in the new year, Joe. We'll see what you think about it because I always like springing this on you to get your fucking true reaction.
all right.
So you can be like, nah, fuck no, man. So what do you think about each week we review an album and each week we switch off on who picks the album?
Yeah, that's all right. That's easy enough.
That's okay. I
Funny, everything's on fucking Spotify. Pretty much, almost everything is on Spotify.
I'll be listening to it on YouTube if we do it. So
Okay.
but yeah, I figure, you know, we both work and listen to stuff that might, I mean, if it sucks, then we just say, all right, we tried it and no.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's because with the album shit, I can do that while I'm printing and listen to the album a few times and like really get a feel for it and think, yeah, that didn't fucking hit, or or like, yeah, that's got some fucking hooks in it that
All right then. Well, would you mind if I pick the first album?
I would not mind at all, Tom.
Well then, Joe, let's go with a classic and ease ourselves in very easily, if we will, because we don't need this bitch to hurt, do we?
Mhm.
Let's go with Holy Diver. How does that sound? Okay?
I'll give it a listen.
Okay. I hope you enjoy it, Joe. All right. So yeah, next week we got that. We got the return of the tarantula, and we're gonna start the hit Tubi series, Father May I. Did you look anything up about this beforehand, Joe?
I did not.
Dude looks fucking crazy. The guy on the cover art looks fucking crazy, like he might smoke crack at some point.
And these are a series of films or a series?
A series of motion pictures.
Okay.
I think there are 3 that I think one came out in 2023 and 2 came out in 2024, but I mean it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I picked that shit, so. But goddamn, Joe, this year fucking flew by. Didn't work out how I thought it would, but nothing ever does. I'm still fucking happy that I have my remaining friends and family still around, so that's awesome. Like you said earlier, and I said earlier, I appreciate everybody who supports me so I can keep living the dream, as they say, because it is hard fucking shit a lot of the times. It could definitely be a lot fucking harder. So shout out to everybody who supports DWN, fucking my family, friends, everybody who helps me out. AXE, you guys help me out fucking tremendously. So I appreciate that. Shout out to all the Zooligans who fuck with DWN Productions. And even if you don't, it's probably because you just don't know about it yet. So hop on that shit. I appreciate you motherfuckers, and I hope you all fucking kick ass in the new year and all the fucking New Years. I want all you badass motherfuckers to succeed. Even you, Joe. I want you to beat some fucking ass and be the fucking man, okay?
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said at the beginning of the show, and thank you sincerely, everybody that sent business my way, everybody that has shared, the business or the shit I'm doing to other people, or just recommended to people, if they've got a business and they need shirts. All that shit helps, even if it doesn't work out, at least, thank you anyway. Always want to give, even though he doesn't listen, a great big shout out to Juan for helping me. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't have that shop still in Corpus if you weren't there to take care of it and run it. Roop for being my road dog and, helping me out at a lot of shows this past year, the year before, and this coming year. God damn it. Go get your car serviced. Get that tune up, buddy. Yeah, it's too many people to thank, as they say in the Oscars or whatever, which I don't really watch, but yeah, and I guess we're doing this for another year.
Yeah, I thought for sure that this was going to be the last one, but here we go again. Shout out to the 160 some people who hopped aboard this year. I mean, that's fucking 160 some people we didn't have last year. So shout out to you and everybody who was fucking with us before then. Appreciate it for sure. It's fucking wild if even 3 people give a fuck about this shit. So
yeah.
Shout out to Team BOYGOB for real. Appreciate you motherfuckers. Kill shit in the sense that I want you to do well. Don't fucking kill shit because that's not cool. But Joe, for the last time in 2024, hit them with that shit and make it fucking count. God damn it.
BOYGOB.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to DWNProductions.net and FastCustomShirts.com. Until next time.